There are some MCs who don't seem to come to mind so quickly in conversation about rap music. But the moment that their names are mentioned, everyone in the room either has a favorite song or memory to talk about. Don't be surprised if the conversation on today's rap group leaves you digging through old cassette tapes and searching through YouTube videos. As we refresh your memory, you will start to remember how dope they actually were when they came on the underground scene in the mid-1990s. Let's dig in.
3Z, stop, I'm boiling hot. Motherfuckers can't touch the style that I got. I murk them, they plot, preserve them, they not. Built for this game, these niggas don't deserve to wear chains. No, sir. So I'm chilling in it cut like a Band-Aid, thinking of a million ways just to get paid. Over that money, man, your whole clique gets sprayed.
The Good Life and Project Blowed gave us some talented MCs that came out of the Los Angeles open mic circuit. A few of the most known of them being Exhibit, Corrupt, AC Alone, The Mod, Volume 10, and groups like The Far Side, Jurassic 5, and Freestyle Fellowship. But there was another group of MCs who together would leave a print in the underground scene, and they are well deserving of a few nods. Leimert Park area friends Byron Jackson and Lance Caldwell, or as rap knows them, Yusef Afloat and Nonce Bass Type, joined together to form the rap duo The Nonce. They started out wanting to be producers, and as they searched for artists to work with, they decided to become artists themselves, frequently performing at open mic venues. Although they would release a single in 1992 titled The Picnic Song, 1994 would make their identity in hip-hop official with the release of their single mixtapes. In 1995, they would drop their 13-track debut album World Ultimate under Wild West Records, a sub-label under Rick Rubin's American Recordings label. The second single from World Ultimate, Bus Stops, which featured AC Alone, would reach number 44 on the Billboard Hot Rap Songs chart. Other features on the album were from Butter B, Mean Green, and the female rap duo Figures of Speech. The album was praised for its b-boy style and conscious perspectives wrapped over jazzy beats that were all produced by The Nonce. The UK magazine Fact called it one of the most overlooked hip-hop LPs of the 90s. Prior to releasing their next solo project, both Yusef Afloat and Nonce Bass Type, or as he is now known, Satch, each dropped solo projects featuring their own production skills. Yusef dropped an album called Full Revolution Music, and Satch dropped 7 Days to Engineer, which featured songs that the rapper/producer put together in 7 days. In 1998, The Nonce would release a 7-track EP called The Sight of Things that was put out by Fluid Records and Wild West Recordings. Although attempting to retain the musical and lyrical framework of the first album, it was considered all over the place creatively. There were many things that contributed to the weak reception and presentation of the project, on top of problems with sample clearances only making things worse. The EP had slipped through the cracks and was vaguely noticed or talked about amongst fans of hip-hop. After unsuccessful traction of the EP and a stream of damaging challenges surrounding the group, it was only fair to say that the Nonce's stay in hip-hop was coming to an end. It was in 2000 that tragedy would strike the group when Yusef Afloat was found dying on the side of the 110 freeway in Los Angeles. There have been several speculations surrounding the cause of death, but nothing has been really confirmed. Some close to him have mentioned that Yusef Afloat had been dealing with depression and drug abuse. It was because he was found without any signs of struggle or trauma that drug overdose was considered more likely than murder. Of course, if any viewers watching have any updated information on his death, please let us know in the comments. Satch, devastated by Yusef's death, took some time away from music to deal with the loss of his friend, and it wasn't until 2003 that he would be able to creatively express himself on the song Life Gives that was featured on a track on Omid's Omid Presents album. That song revived Satch's desire to make music and led to the release of Satch Fifth Avenue in 2004, which he recorded with Omid. Since then, Satch has continued to release solo and collab projects over the years. As we dug to gather information for this video, we found out that after graduating high school in 1990, The Nonce had plans to drop a 14-track album titled 1990 that they had walked away from due to creative conflicts with the production company that they were signed to. The group would drop out of the project, leaving behind the masters, and it was assumed that all the tracks had been lost. However, in 2017, after somehow recovering all the album tracks, Daniel Barine of Family Groove Records would release the album with Satch's approval. And in the following year, the German urban lifestyle company HHV re-released The Sight of Things featuring remastered songs and new album artwork. It was dope digging through hip-hop's past, reviving the creative genius of this West Coast rap group that was at a time compared to A Tribe Called Quest. Shout out to them for the stamp that they left on West Coast hip-hop and Satch's continued musical endeavors on the underground scene. Their music still holds a lane for itself today. Their use of samples from some of jazz music's finest kept hip-hop ears soothed as heads nodded to their beats and lyrical presentation. If you consider yourself a fan of the jazzier side of hip-hop, they deserve mention in your conversations.